Does anyone here know what this is?
Dog leash. Dog collar.
That's right, it's an empty dog collar. Does anyone know why that dog collar is empty? The reason that that dog collar is empty is because the dog that could fill it is currently waiting in shelter to be euthanized. Every day, thousands of completely healthy dogs are killed simply for the fact that shelters can't afford to house them. Now, I grew up in a family that were all big dog people. We always had a dog around. Dogs are great companions, and they truly do become part of your family. Dogs also help protect the men and women of our military and law enforcement. So, I know as college students, many of you may not have the time or the money to have a pet of your own. But hopefully at this point you may be thinking, what am I doing, or what can I do to help? And this is where the charity An Active Dog comes into play. An Active Dog is a charity that was created by Mark Barone and Marina Durbin to raise $20 million for social change towards sheltered animals. So during this presentation, I'm going to talk about 1, why this organization exists, 2, what is being done to change the current conditions, and 3, what additional steps you guys can take to help the cause. So going on to my first point, An Active Dog was started to create a better life for millions of animals. Mark and Marina said that 100% of these proceeds will go to no-kill shelters, rescue groups, medical needs, spay and neuter costs, rehabilitation programs, and the very important proactive marketing campaigns. Mark and Marina came up with the idea of building a museum that would be filled with 5,500 paintings of dogs that were killed in one single day. They hope that this museum will open people's eyes to the magnitude of the situation. So although they chose to paint dogs, their goal is to save all animals' lives, including cats and rabbits, if any of you people are into those kind of animals. So once they had their plan established, they selflessly quit their jobs and have been living off of their life savings in order to complete their mission. Mark, who was an established artist for over 30 years, began in May of 2011 and is personally painting 10 dogs a day. He has currently completed about 3,000 of the paintings and hopes to be totally done in 2 years. Marina, who owned her own business, The Honesty Coach, has served well as the public relations for the organization. So once they have their paintings completed and they have raised $20 million, the next step is to have the museum built. They are currently looking into cities that are willing to donate space where the museum can be permanently located. Not only will this museum help change the minds of millions of people, but it will also benefit the city that it ends up in by generating revenue through tourism. Marina said that they are not so much worried about the purse, but more about the integrity of the city that it ends up in. So right now you guys are probably thinking, so what is being done while they're painting pictures and raising money? Which leads me into my second point. Right now, there's an organization that they're pretty involved with that's called the No Kill Advocacy Center, which helps communities and shelters on a daily basis. This organization was founded by a man named Nathan J. Winograd in 2004 and has been rapidly expanding ever since. During an interview with Fox News, Nathan said that the programs to save lives are not only as cost effective, but they are also more cost effective than actually killing the animals. So if you actually think about that, that's kind of weird. The reasoning behind him saying this is because if shelters team up with the nonprofit organizations, they're able to save tax dollars and also save the lives of animals. when I spoke to Marina, she made several references to the NKAC and also directed me to the website for more information. By becoming informed with the shelter issues all over the U.S., the NKAC was able to come up with guidelines that help form no-kill shelters. Together, these guidelines make up the no-kill equation. Shelters were approached with these guidelines and went from an 80% kill rate to a 90% no-kill rate, which is a pretty incredible turnaround. According to the NKAC, in 2005, they were looking for a goal of saving at least 90% of the animals' lives. And in 2012, they weren't satisfied with 98%. So clearly, this no-kill equation is working. Now, I'm not going to go over all of the guidelines due to a lack of time, but what I am going to do is tell you guys about some additional steps that you can take to help the cause. First and foremost, I would like to recommend that you look into these no-kill programs. Marina told me that $140 million a year is donated to some of the larger, more well-known animal organizations, and out of that money, only 1% actually makes it to the shelters, which is pretty depressing if you think about that. The NKAC website has some great information on progress being made in shelters all over the U.S. Another thing that you can do is you can help spread the word. We have tons of social networks available to us today that weren't around 10 years ago. With a click of a button, you guys will be able to save a dog's life. Marina told me that she was able to have a dog adopted overnight that was scheduled to be killed at 6 o'clock p.m. the following day. And guess how she did that? Over the internet. So even though you may not be in a position to own a pet of your own, there are some other things you can do, such as fostering an animal for a couple days until it has a final destination. Volunteering your time at local shelters is another way you can contribute. You can join a rescue group, which helps move animals from highly populated shelters to ones with more space. And you can also reach out to the organizations. I sent Mark and Marina an email, and 2 hours later I got a response with links to websites and also a contact number to reach them. I had the pleasure of speaking with Marina and can say firsthand that these truly are good people that are trying to make a difference. So to wrap up my presentation, with the donation, we will be able to help support their cause and also sponsor one of Mark's paintings that will end up in this museum. I hope my presentation has opened your eyes to the ongoing battles in shelters every day. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with some words from Marina. Words are cheap, so get off your butts and take action. Thank you.